You guys ready to do some lines? What is up, guys? Welcome back. Switch Life Garage, your boy KT, man. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. If it's your first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button and drop a comment down below. Alrighty, guys, today I'm going to be working on the front brake lines and the brake calipers. If you guys saw my previous video when I was working on my rear end, you guys saw me install the Stifflers rear brake line set and as well rebuild the rear calipers. So now I just want to touch up on the front brakes, rebuild those calipers, and as well change out the brake lines to the steel braided brake lines from Stifflers. If you guys saw on my previous video when I installed the brake lines, the front brake lines came with it as well, but I guess it was my fault or it might have been their fault, it doesn't really matter. But they sent me the brake lines for aerospace brake calipers and I just have the stock brake calipers. So real quick, I just sent it back to Stifflers and they sent me the correct lines back. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now that I have the parts in hand, is just change them out real quickly along with the dot for brake fluid. So without taking any more time, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so I already have the truck jacked up. I have some jack stands on here, took off the wheels, and I'm ready to work on the front brakes. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect the calipers, try to rebuild those first before replacing the lines. So I'm going to take off the passenger and the driver's side and get started on the calipers.
Play dead, made that.
Silky beat.
So here's the seal kit I'm going to be using. It's from Centric. I don't know if you guys can see the part number on there, but it does have both of the dust boots on here, and then you got the piston seals which are right here, and that's the whole kit since it is a dual piston. So it's pretty simple. If you guys saw my other video how I rebuilt the rears, it's just the same, but you just have a double piston. So I'm going to go ahead and lube everything up with some brake fluid and push it on in. And as well, I do have the big C-clamp here to go ahead and push in the pistons when I'm ready. So let me go ahead and get at it. So now I have the rebuilt caliper right here. I'm just going to install it back onto the truck. Shouldn't be too hard at all. And here we have the passenger caliper fully rebuilt, so I'm just going to throw this on as well. Alright guys, so now I'm going to be changing out the lines today. I had to return the other lines since they were for aerospace calipers, and the calipers I have are the stock calipers that come on the F-150s, the twin piston. But here is the correct hoses, there is the part number, and as well it comes with some brackets, some clips, and then the copper seals for the banjo fittings. There's the banjo fittings for the calipers. And this would connect to the lines itself. So the truck is jacked up here. Right now I do have the pan already and getting all the tools and sockets ready just to make this an easy job. But here we have the brake line and just follow it. And then if you guys saw me lower the truck whenever I changed out the lower control arm, the threads just weren't right in this bracket, so I just put some zip ties. I'm gonna have to do the same thing for the new hoses, but I'm gonna add some more zip ties so it doesn't have as much play. Whenever I was rebuilding the calipers, I found out I was using the wrong hoses. I just threw one zip tie because I didn't feel like wasting all the other ones. But also just gonna disconnect from here onto the main line, and but yeah, that's all we're gonna be replacing. It should make a difference because these rubber hoses do flex whenever you apply pressure. Even if you see it or not, it does flex in and out, and then with heat and everything. So, and I'm pretty sure these are the original hoses. Passenger side, same thing obviously. You got the hose runs across, but I do have the bolt on this one, on this lower control arm working, and then got to take off the main line again and take off this bolt, this bracket. Should be pretty simple. The way I like to do it is I start from the main line. Once I have that disconnected, I immediately put on the other hose just so I don't start dripping a lot of brake fluid, and then just start working over here on the caliper, take that off, and immediately try to put it on. Take a look at the brake hoses here. Got the outer Teflon coating, could kind of see through hardly, or you could see the imprint as well on steel braiding though. Got the banjo fitting, and the fitting that goes onto the hard line. This is going to be where the main line and hard line connects at. It's just going to replace the stock OEM bracket, go onto there. It does come with some clips, some new fittings, bolts, and then the fitting for the lower control arm where it has this little clamp. There it is. These are pretty nice hoses. If you guys saw my other video where I installed the rear hoses, that is a very nice complete set. So I'm pretty sure these are going to do the job and just make that much of a better pedal feel. So let me go ahead and get started on them.
Chunky beef.
Here are the old OEM rubber hoses. To be quite honest, probably going to lose about a pound or two switching them to the Stiffler hoses. Now the new Stifflers brake lines are on. Just as you guys saw, it's pretty easy, doesn't take much time at all, probably like 10-15 minutes each side. Here we have the passenger side as well. Does have a little bit of slack in there just so when you turn the wheels it can move freely, and as well these clamps are not tight on it. It could easily move in and out, as you guys can see right there. So I just need to go ahead and bleed the brakes and put on the wheels, test drive it, and we'll see how much of a difference it makes. Alright guys, there you have it. I went ahead and rebuilt those calipers and changed out the stock hoses to the steel braided hoses from Stifflers. If you guys saw my previous video, like I said before, I did change out the rear brake lines. Already made a difference on the pedal feel as far as for any mushiness or inconsistencies that I was feeling when braking, and that got rid of it. So now I changed out the front ones and test drove it. It just stepped it up another level. You know, it gives me that confidence that I'm looking for in the brakes, and as well the brake fluid. So if I ever take it in any type of scenario where it's going to be hard hard braking, racing, or anything like that. I feel fairly confident that it is going to uphold to what I throw at it. Now, I've never been paid by any companies or paid for any videos that I do. This is just my honest opinion. So go ahead and check out Stifflers. I believe from what I've seen, they're a quality company putting out a quality product. And if you guys know me, I put in a ton of research before I buy anything. So, you know, I felt pretty confident in putting my money into this company. And they really show me on what type of work they're putting in. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing some more deals as far as buying products from them. But go ahead and check them out. I checked everything for the F-150 as far as brake lines goes, and no one touches Stifflers, to be quite honest. No one even makes a rear complete set like they do. It's just my true honest opinion, and hopefully this is the review that you were looking for. Well, alright guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Drop me a comment down below. Also in the description box, you can reach me on my social media. But make sure you guys are subscribed. I'm going to have to catch you on the next one, player.